Main event time on here, this episode of Valor Fights. We've got the lightweight division sponsored by Ogle, Elrod, and Burrill. Rob Covington 2-0 from Reaction MMA in Lexington, Kentucky, going against Slick Nick Gehrts 1-0 from KMAA in Knoxville. This is actually Nick's second pro fight in a span of about 8 days.
He has a perfect pro record, 2 wins, no losses. He went in 155.6 pounds. But I got a Reaction MMA in Lexington, Kentucky. Rob Covington! Standing across the stage, fighting out of the blue corner. Also with an undefeated pro record, 1 win, no losses. He went in 155.4 pounds. Fighting out of KMA in Knoxville, Tennessee.
All right, here we go. Main event here on this episode of Valor Fights. Nick Gehrts against Rob Covington, and Covington is a big lightweight. He's got some definition. He's got some size. Nick Gehrts fighting for the second time in a span of 8 days, getting off to a busy start here in his pro career.
Yeah,
Covington blocks the takedown.
That's kind of what I think. I think that Rob is going to be more content with keeping the fight on the feet, and Nick is going to look for the takedown and look for one of his submissions. But you know, like I said, Caleb or going for a Darce choke, and that looks deep. That looks very deep.
That does look deep, and they're fresh, early, no sweat, a lot of strength right now.
Trying to push on the hand to keep it away, but that is deep by Rob Covington.
It's not a choke you see very often.
And that's kind of the opposite of that. What Gehrts wants to do is grab that, get the half guard, because that just makes the choke a little bit tighter.
Exactly.
Josh, what do you think about 2 pro fights in the span of 8 days? What do you think of that?
It's a big task, especially going against a guy who's 2-0 then for your second fight. Then the weight cut. I'm not sure how much weight Nick cuts, but it's a pretty big task.
I believe Nick has fought some at featherweight, if I'm not mistaken, so I guess the weight cut wasn't as drastic this time. Choke's not there yet. He's still moving around and
trying to get Nick's crowd behind him. But I think that like I said in the pre-fight was that Nick won't be as big as Rob, but Nick comes out. I mean, other than the legs, I mean he looks just as big up top as Rob Covington does. So, but I mean Nick's doing well to defend this choke. He's just got to stay patient and not get too worried. But like I'm saying, he needs to do something different other than hold on to the half guard there, because that ain't doing nothing making this choke tighter for Covington, especially if Covington turns on his left shoulder and really tries to sink the choke in.
You got to wonder if Covington's burning his arms out right now, spending a lot of energy, especially early in the fight. You don't really realize how much energy you're using.
Gehrts also, he went the distance against a much more experienced fighter there at that show last week in South Carolina. So he's been through the ringer here in just a short amount of time.
Regardless if he's burning his arms out or if Nick's in the submission, Nick's neck's still going to be pretty sore, because that submission ain't a submission all the time that chokes you. It kind of feels like your neck's pulling off. But Nick finally gets up. Now they're back to his feet. Nick's ready to go. Big smile from Nick Gehrts. Always a showman. Rob Covington's arms look like they're a little bit wider now since he used them, got a lot of blood in them now, so his elbows are sticking out a little bit more than it was. Tighter at first of it. And he shoots for the takedown again, and he's got
the guard pull.
Not something I ever suggest, but maybe I might be fishing for a heel hook or something like that. And that might be he's butt scooting to him. Something you don't see very much. 2 leg kicks. Something really, really different. Like I said, I think he might be fishing for a leg lock, Josh.
Yeah, he likes to reach with the right arm and underhook the leg. He's going to roll himself up and hit a heel hook.
Making him stand up.
Not seen that before.
I haven't seen that since the early 90s.
Before Nick Gehrts was born.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely. Good right hand. Good right hand from Gehrts.
Good knee.
Gehrts.
Gehrts hangs his hands really low.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
Both these fighters look like they're kind of, weary of what the other one can do. Good head kick.
KMAA already is 2-0 here at VALOR 16 with James Adcock and Taylor Turner winning their pro debuts by submission.
Good right hand. Good right hand from Nick Gehrts on the counter off of the kick. Nice little inside leg kick.
Gehrts is a pretty successful kickboxer, so
Yep.
he knows what to do standing for sure.
I mean, both these fighters, they're about as well-rounded as they come. Good kick from Nick.
Nice body shot.
I've hit Nick with some pretty hard body shots and trained with him before, and he can take them, I promise. That's the guillotine.
That head outside single can get you in trouble.
He needs to switch to a high crotch right here and just dump him on his head is what Nick needs to do, because if not, he's going to be in.
Yeah, he was going for the leg.
A straight Achilles lock as a professional is going to be something super hard to get. He might, if he can get that leg across there, maybe, but Rob doing a good job controlling the head of, and as you know, Josh, this is like a 50-50 position. Both fighters are going to have leg locks right here,
Absolutely.
10 seconds left in the round. Wow, quick round.
Yep, entertaining round.
Nice for Nick to end up on top, though. I don't know, that's a hard round to call. You had Covington on top the majority in the submission, but
I would go Covington.
Would you?
I would go Covington as well.
Yeah, super close round, but Nick was in that submission for well over probably 2.5
I didn't think it was that close. It was a good round. It was an entertaining round. I didn't think it was. But you figure the submission early and how much
Yeah. Nick was just going for a lot of submissions. Like I said, we don't know how the judges are scoring. We don't know if the judges are looking for the submission or if they're looking for the the control. But Nick did wind up on top at the end of the round, and the last thing a judge sees most of the time is something they really look to try to see who won the round off that.
which I don't like. I don't like
either.
that.
I don't either.
Yeah.
But you never know if somebody wins 3.5 minutes of the fight, the other person wins another minute and a half and gets dominated. But the other person got dominated at first. Whose round is it? It's up in there. It's just at the judge's discretion.
That's why judging remains a hot button tip topic.
Lord have mercy.
In MMA.
Round number 2, both fighters looking very, very fresh. Nick gives a little bow. So does Rob. No glove touch.
They bowed. That's enough.
Different. First time I've ever seen that.
Oh, nice kick to the body.
Good smack.
Didn't really phase Covington though. He just comes right back.
No, but it sounded like more of a slap than a thud. Most time you hear a slap, it's just a foot. If Nick would have got his shin bone in there, it'd have sounded like a thud, and it would have really hurt Covington. Covington looking for a big right hand.
Yeah, he lands it too.
Good uppercut from Nick. Nick circling.
Keeps grinning at Covington too. You got to wonder, maybe a little bit of mind games there.
Covington's looking for a hard right hand. Nick as an amateur, he used to have a very, very hard problem. I try not to bring this up every fight, but it's something you kind of have to because it's funny, is hard leg kick. But, you remember Nick always having the problem with throwing up during his amateur career. He threw up in a couple fights and ended up losing because of that.
Drops down, looks like he's...
Yeah, sorry to joke, it should be Sick Nick Gehrts, I think.
Sick Nick Gehrts.
Sick Nick instead of Slick Nick.
That's a good one. Covington doing the smart thing, though. He's not playing into letting, stay on top or giving Nick any submissions. He's making Nick stand with him, and they're both landing some shots. But still yet, you've got Covington that's walking forward the whole time, and in my eyes, that's who's winning the round right now. Long jab from Covington. Little hook. Another little hook, high kick.
Yeah, Nick really needs to step on the accelerator here and start to get some points.
Most definitely. He's kind of playing around. He's an entertaining guy, but at the same time, this is your pro record. This is what matters. Amateur records didn't matter. This is your pro record. You need to get in there and you need to start going and really
he's in there laughing and joking. Covington is all serious business, at least in his demeanor so far.
Yep. The thing that Nick's doing well is when Nick comes forward, Covington's really not had an answer for it. But Nick's not been coming forward that much. It's just like right there, spinning back elbow. See, he don't throw nothing or he don't try to shoot or nothing. So if Nick goes forward, he's going to win the round. See? Back once again, backing up. Now he backs back up again. Big shot. Oh! What's a triangle?
Right into a triangle by Covington. Very good recovery off that takedown.
Doing exactly the right thing. He's going to put his right knee the side that his arm's in. He's going to put his right knee on the belly or in the face. He don't want him to grab the other leg like he's doing. That's the worst thing he can have happen.
Covington has the angle now. This could be over.
We've got elbows, of course, on the pro rules, and this should get nasty from there.
Super fast with the setup on that triangle.
And right into a mounted triangle. This could be bad. This is a bad position for Nick. There's not a lot of like really technical escape. Josh, what escape is there from here? Because I don't know of one.
Yeah, it's called the flail.
Yeah,
you do whatever you can do to get out of there.
He gets out. Yeah. Wow. Flail. I like that. I'm gonna start using the flail. that was the terminology I was looking for. I just couldn't get it out fast enough.
Good thing he brought his flail with him.
Nick gives another bow, and once again, Nick needs to show some little bit more hesitance to his game right now, because
this definitely isn't a 10-8 round, but Nick has literally done nothing this round. He dove for a guard pull leg lock, and that's about it.
Everyone knows you don't win. You never win an MMA fight off your back. I mean, but Nick's got good submission, so I mean, it only takes a brief moment of lapse and concentration from Covington in one of those positions, and Nick will grab a hold of that leg or get a triangle himself or whatever. So both fighters doing very well though. I'm very impressed with Rob Covington's ground game and wrestling and takedown defense and everything. I mean, he looks super good tonight. Little jump knee from Gehrts.
If he wasn't just beginning his pro career, I'd say a Rob Covington Adam Townsend fight would be kind of fun to see.
That would be a fun fight, very much. I see that grabs for a knee bar.
Now he's in the reverse heel hook position. This is nasty.
This is going to be a nasty position for a heel hook. He's trying to defend. He doesn't. Very nasty. This is one of the worst heel hook positions. He can go for a calf slicer right here or a little lock, but he's still in trouble right here. This is nasty. He keeps hiding his heel though.
This is a bad position.
Yeah. It's like I was talking about, a little lapse in concentration from they're calling for an Achilles, but I mean, it's going to be hard to get an Achilles on somebody like Covington, as big as his legs are and strong as his legs are. But you never know. Somebody grabbing the head is what he needs to do.
He got the reverse figure for Achilles lock.
Back. Going for the heel hook again. Good. Once again, another good round for Nick.
Exciting finish of that round.
This is weird.
Yeah,
I'm really not sure what to say right now. Nick is put on a performance, but he's not. It seems to me like, other than some submissions, he's really not going for the win. But I don't know. This is different. I definitely give that round another round to Rob Covington. So Rob Covington looks tired. Nick don't look that tired.
Covington looks real tired here.
Yeah.
If I'm in the KMA corner, I'm telling him pressure for that takedown. Let's really put it on him. You can't hang back and just hope for spinning elbows and jump knees and rolling leg locks.
Perhaps this is the KMA's version of rope-a-dope that we're seeing.
Maybe. Rope dangerous.
Especially as slick as these both fighters are coming out in this third round, it's going to be hard. I mean, unless they lock in a choke or something, it's going to be hard to grab an arm bar or a leg lock, especially as slick as these guys are. I mean, it's, I'm going to have to look for Nick to have to go for the win right here by submission or knockout, or it's going to be more than likely a decision win for Covington. But we got 5 more minutes. We got 5 more minutes though. I mean, anything can happen.
5 more minutes.
5 minutes is a long time. And I like how KMA, they're good at using some different tactics over there. I think they spit a little ice in the corner, maybe on purpose. Can't say for sure, but seems like they have an ice spill once or twice every event.
They need an ice bucket with a lid on it, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Oops. Before I fought a KMA guy, I would tell them they need to put their ice in about 5 Ziploc baggies in between rounds. Start of the third round. Nothing major happened yet. Nick kind of standing up tall and straight, and Rob kind of eased his way in here. A good shot from the crowd, telling them to stand them up.
Nick holding his eye.
He got poked in the eye with his own thumb, he said.
What do you think about just the way Nick Gehrts is fighting this fight, Josh Cate?
it's rare to see somebody being that laid back in the middle of a fist fight, but
or that young, and it's really kind of like a pro debut, honestly, because he just fought that 8 days ago.
Exactly. So. Yeah, I mean, he's young in his career. He's just young in general, but he really needs to press the action. I mean, he is an entertaining guy, but if you're not winning fights, it doesn't matter.
I mean, he's really fun to watch, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, I'm having a good time.
Yeah. Now he's dancing around. He needs to push the press. Covington seems like he's a little tired. I mean, he looked very tired in his corner. If I was in, Eric Turner, I'd be telling him forward. Another spinning back elbow from him.
It's like watching if Bugs Bunny was an MMA fighter. I feel like this is the way Bugs Bunny would fight.
Flying knee from him. He goes for another takedown, but he showed good takedown defense all night. Even if he does get takedown, he pops right back up. He's trying to suck him out from the cage right here.
Trying to guillotine.
Oh boy, that was kind of tight. Nice.
Yeah, Covington just needs to get out of here.
Trip from Nick. Watch the triangle again from here from Rob, because I mean he gets him in there slick. Nick's doing very well. Rob's doing very well. Excuse me, of keeping the posture controlled of Nick Gehrts as of now.
I've been really impressed with Covington's, some of the jiu-jitsu that he's shown, the triangles and that kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely, especially the way he rolled into that triangle. Right here, I think he's a little afraid to open his legs because of leg locks.
Yeah, that's one thing I would not suggest Nick to do right now is fall back on an Achilles lock or heel hook just for being so slippery. He's landing some punches though. I mean, those really body shots ain't going to stop a fight, but as tired as Rob seems right now, Neely's saying he's going to stand him up, but I kind of can't agree with that right now. But one thing that Nick does need to do is keep his hands off the mat. He's allowing himself to get underhooks and big slam from Nick.
Big slam, but I mean, based on the way the first 2 rounds, even if he wins this round, I don't think it's going to be enough.
I don't either.
Well, this is Tennessee. This is kind of Nick Gehrts'
home turn. Yeah.
And stranger things have happened. So. You can't never tell, especially if Nick dominates the majority of this next round, I mean, you never know what they'll do. But Neely said he's wanting to stand him up, and I can't agree with that, really, because Nick is working. I mean, even though he's locked in the guard, he's continuously throwing punches and elbows and everything. Might look for a pass. He needs to watch out for the arm bar of the triangle right here from Covington. Covington trying to creep his guard up a little bit, maybe looking for the arm bar.
I think with the position Nick's in, possibly being behind in this fight, I mean, he's got to get rid of the body shots and let's work to pass that guard. He's
told you the arm bar was coming there. Nice arm bar.
Very nice.
Attempt. Grabbed under the
leg. Underhook the leg.
Nick needs to put his left knee in between Rob's butt and put his right knee on Rob's face to try to escape this triangle.
Got those long legs too. You can't teach length.
Nick's talking. I cannot understand what he's saying, but he's laughing right now in an arm bar during the 3rd round of the fight. This is insane.
Nick Gehrts is a character.
Now he's come back in. Nice. Nick Gehrts is a character. I love Nick Gehrts to death.
And in my eyes, that submission attempt negates like most of all these body shots he's been landing on the ground.
I can see that too. But again, he's on his back, so you know how the MMA scoring works. Most times you're on your back, no matter what you're doing, you're kind of losing.
That was interesting.
That's a horrible stand-up, in my opinion. I do not agree with that at all. Nick was working. Nick was on top and working. That's a horrible stand-up.
I agree with that. Josh, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, he was working, but he really wasn't working to advance his position. So
most time you don't see a stand-up unless guys got double unders or double overs and just holding them down there, and the guy's not really doing nothing. The guy on top to rest him. But Nick was active. That's the thing. 10 seconds left in the fight. Let's see if they do anything wild right here.
I think Nick should be pressing forward right here with everything he's got
in the fight.
Headed to the judges for the first time here at VALOR 16. Who do we all think? Josh K, before you head in for the interview, you're a judge. How would you score this one?
I've got it 30-27 Covington.
I agree. Adam?
I'd have to agree. The 3rd round was by far Nick's closest round to winning the round, but at the same time, he didn't do enough there at the end to win. I mean, Nick Gehrts is a dear friend of mine. I want his career to do well, but that wasn't the greatest game plan for a tough fighter like Rob Covington.
All right, we'll await the official decision. Josh Kate will speak to the winner, and we thank you for tuning in for this episode of VALOR Fights. Please be sure to check us out next time we're on the air. Thank you very much.
appreciate being a part of.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we have to judge the scorecard for a decision. Greg McMahon scores about 29-28, red corner. Neil Fowler scores about 30-27, blue corner. And Thomas Brooks scores about 29-28 for your winner by split decision out of the blue corner.
It was fun, man. I think it's going to be bigger and stronger for sure. And we got the rest of it. I mean, I'm slinging Gehrts.
All right, going into the third round, do you think that you were ahead on the scorecard? What was the mentality going into that last one?
I knew I had at least won one round, right? I let everyone think about that. I don't pay attention to the score. I just fight.
And what's next? Are you fighting again next weekend?
Also, actually, as soon as we can, I'll take another fight. I feel good right now. Maybe tomorrow I'll carry good.
Who do you want to take tonight?
We're going to carry Curry for those on KMA. Fractured fiber. Josh Kane, of course, right here. Complete nutrition. Everybody that came out to the school tonight. All these people.
Yep.